Welcome to CVCA live streams continuing coverage of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. 7 games are behind us, and here we are. It's time for the championship game. Normandy chasing perfection. Whitmer chasing validation. 2 schools have earned their way to the final, and it should be a great evening of hockey from the Dan Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights, Ohio. Good evening. My name is Tim Nichols, and as always, we're thrilled that you're along for the ride with us. And as a reminder, you can follow CVCA Livestream social media contacts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram by looking for the handle at CVCA Livestream, and you'll be able to keep up to date with all the latest on the tournament here and other livestream events for CVCA throughout the year. If you're from Normandy or if you're from Whitmer tonight, we're glad that you've joined us as well. We hope you're in store for a great hockey game tonight, a championship game of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. The Invaders and the Panthers looking to succeed. Last year's champion, the Orange Lions, Kent Roosevelt before them, and the Royals back in 2018 as the most recent champions of this tournament. It's Game 8, Whitmer and Normandy, and it's been an interesting week for the powerful Invaders. They opened their season 7-0, outscoring opponents 51-4. Then, for a team that was shut down a year ago 3 different times because of COVID, the pandemic hit them again. First, they lost head coach Jim Jackson for a game due to the virus, and then they had to have a game postponed actually against CVCA and had not played before Monday since December the 12th. And when they did return to the ice on Monday afternoon against these very Whitmer Panthers, they went down quickly, not once, not twice, but 3 times in the first period. A team that had given up just 4 goals in 7 games gave up 3 in 15 minutes, and then we learned why. The jersey on the goal crease, or in the goal crease, said number 4. The back of the jersey said Waite, but it was not senior goaltender Zach Waite, nor was it his brother Sam, the freshman backup. It was Vinny Incurvaya stepping in between the pipes for the first time in his life, an emergency backup with both the Waite brothers literally waiting out a quarantine period. The Invaders regrouped at the intermission and came out on fire with 4 quick second period goals to back their new netminder and one going away 8-5. The next night, the Invaders, who have had their way with CVCA since a loss in the 2018 Barron Cup semifinal, took the Royals' best shot. Again, down 3-1, the Invaders jumped on the back of senior star Logan George, number 31, who put up a hat trick in the final half of the second period, giving Normandy a 4-3 edge going into the third. An intense third period followed, and it wasn't decided until Tyler Beck sealed it with an empty net goal in the final minutes. Normandy survived a second night with the backup goaltender. The Invaders punched their ticket to the final and had a glorified scrimmage with the highly overmatched Twinsburg Tigers yesterday, a game that saw George strap on the goalie gear for the final 2 periods en route to a 9-2 victory. 3 wins this week, 10 wins so far on the season. Perfection on the line tonight in a rematch with the Hungry Panthers team. And Whitmer arrives at this moment in time looking to make a statement for their program. Behind head coach Kevin Brown, the Northwest Hockey Conference Coach of the Year a year ago, it feels as if the Panthers program has reached a precipice. A chance for a tournament victory, a chance to knock off an undefeated state-ranked opponent. The Invaders were ranked number 22 in the entire state of Ohio in the last MHR state rankings. A huge opportunity for Whitmer tonight. The Panthers have had their own interesting week. Started out with a Monday game here against these Invaders, in which they ultimately lost 8-5, as we just told you about. On Tuesday morning, they dispatched of Twinsburg 6-2 before sprinting back home to Toledo to participate in the Toledo Winterfest celebration with an outdoor game at Fifth Third Field, a great experience despite the 5-3 loss against Lake High School. Then they headed back here to Northeast Ohio yesterday with a shot in the championship game here tonight and a hard-fought physical game against CVCA. The Panthers built a 3-0 lead after 2 periods, and they survived every Royals effort to get back in it, winning 4-2 and avenging an 8-3 loss to these same Royals just 1 month ago in the Bruce Anderson Memorial Tournament in Parma. But the win did not come without a price. Whitmer has played 3 different goaltenders in this tournament so far. Freshman Vincent Riley and sophomore Lucian Rose split time in the first two contests. But the Panthers sent out sophomore Dylan Bradley last night, and he was nothing short of exceptional, stopping 30 of 32 shots from CVCA. But Bradley involved himself in an altercation with just 30 seconds left in the game as a third man in a scrum and threw a couple of attempted punches. He was whistled for a 5-minute major for illegal head contact, and because there was less than 5 minutes remaining in the game, meaning the full major penalty could not be served, U.S. hockey rules typically require a suspension for the following game. We'll see if that rule is enforced tonight, but it is very possible that Whitmer could be without Bradley, who got the win last night for the Panthers. Regardless of who is in goal, Normandy will have to account for junior Jake Janak. With 16 goals and 16 assists on the season, he is one to look out for the Invaders and a threat to score anytime he's on the ice. And while he's the main threat, he's got plenty of help. Junior Eric Kenny has 12 goals already on the season himself, and senior Mitchell Relford has 14 goals of his own. Add to that 6'3", 315-pound forward Derek Kantak, who sheds huge screens in front of the goal, and the Panthers hope they've dialed up a recipe for success and for the upset and championship victory tonight. It's just the fourth meeting all-time between Normandy and Whitmer, all in the last two seasons, and so far, Normandy has come out on the winning side of all three. Both teams on the ice here, the crowd filing in. A good crowd on hand who's made the trip over from Toledo from the Whitmer Panthers side. And on the Normandy side, fine representation as well for the Invaders, who continue to look for perfection on the season thus far. The Invaders out of the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue North Division. The Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League, for those of you watching along from the Toledo area, is broken up into three tiers, a red, white, and blue tier. Red tier has the best teams in the league, for lack of any other way to describe it, the most talented teams. The white division is broken up into two west and east groupings, and it's got the second tier of teams, and then the blue division has the third tier of teams that make up the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League. The Blue North, of which Normandy and CVCA both participate, and the Blue South, which the Twinsburg Tigers claim to have as a divisional home, as they participated in the event here this week. Whitmer, out of the Northwest Hockey League out in the Toledo area, has made a habit of traveling throughout the state of Ohio this fall and last year as well. They've played teams from down in the Dayton area so far this season, as well as earlier last month at the Bruce Anderson Memorial Tournament hosted by these Normandy Invaders. A tournament, for the record, that Normandy is actually in the final in. A game they led 3-1 before the ice was actually destroyed in the intermission period, and so that game suspended and eventually to be made up at some point later this year, with Normandy a chance to get another championship in their own tournament. Obviously not over the Thanksgiving weekend, but at some point in 2022, whenever it's made up. So Whitmer here tonight, looking for a big victory for them and their program. Normandy already lined up on their end line with 25 seconds left to go before the clock winds down and we get ready for the opening lineups to be announced. The Invaders ready to continue to power along in their season and looking for the championship here tonight of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. Once again, Tim Nichols along with you, assisted by Sean Mosher on the production and camera, Cody Anderson on the graphics, JT Nichols on the replay, and we hope you're in store for a great hockey game tonight here from the Dan Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights, Ohio. Head coach Chuck Parada, not head coach, rather public address announcer Chuck Parada, making the introductory announcements for the crowd here in attendance. And ready for the starting lineups. And so Dylan Bradley's been announced as the goaltender tonight. And so apparently he will not have to serve a suspension. That is a big development in this contest. And tonight he'll wear number 28. Center Jake Janak gets announced, as does the right winger Owen Gump. Eric Kenny will start at left wing for the Panthers. Derek Bradley starts on defense. And Brady Bernath rounds out the starting lineup. For the Invaders, the goaltender and story of the tournament so far, Vinny Incurvilla, wearing number 4. Perhaps one of the most talented players in the Northeast Ohio Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue Division, Logan George at center. Tyler Beck at right wing, and Jake DeGiro at left wing. Dane Galgus starts once again, number 89 for the Invaders, a freshman. And Willen Hill, same starting lineup for the Invaders. As the rest of the Invaders join their starting teammates on the blue line, both teams facing one another. Final announcements being made about COVID protocols here at the Garfield Heights Rec Center. This year we're pleased to have fans available and in attendance in Garfield Heights. A year ago, the mayor of the community here did not allow spectators, and so we had a very quiet experience, but we're glad to have fans back. And now we pause to honor America with our national anthem. The anthem completed, and we're just about ready for hockey. The Invaders, the home team, the top seed. They gained the number 1 seed by virtue of sweeping their preliminary round games, and they'll skate right to left to start this contest. First time in this tournament, they've worn their home uniforms, the Normandy bright orange tops, dark bottoms, the dark numerals with the names affixed across the back, and dark helmets, orange striping on the bottoms. The Invaders, the home team tonight. The visitors also in different uniforms from when we saw these last two teams. The Whitmer Panthers debuting these brand new uniforms on Tuesday night in the outdoor game at Fifth Third Field against Lake High School. They are 1-1 in these jerseys. The victory last night against CVCA here. And so they'll skate left to right. The Whitmer jerseys, blue bottoms, blue, white, and yellow piping stripe on the bottoms. White numerals with the Whitmer yellow and white striping across the jerseys as well, and the script W, and dark helmets. They'll skate left to right, and a pileup right off the face-off, controlled by Normandy and sent into the offensive zone. We're underway. Centering pass, and a chance right away is kicked aside by Bradley. Whitmer tries to move up the ice and out of the zone, and they will send it down with Janak. Janak will chase, and icing is the call, as Janak must have punched that in just prior to reaching the red line, and a quick stoppage with 20 seconds left to go, or not left, 20 seconds passed so far in the first period. 14:40 to go as we're just underway, and the face-off will be to the left of Dylan Bradley. They drop it down, and it's poked up to the top of the slot and sent into the corner, but knocked down by Janak. Janak will skate out with it. He gets across the red line and chips it into the zone. Near side boards. After it is Kenny who centers, but no one there for Whitmer. Janak will try and press. Cannot get it, but it's poked away up into the neutral zone once again by one of the defensemen for Whitmer, and Janak is on it. Janak evades Galetka. Near side boards. It's collected by number 18, Mitchell Relford. They dump it into the offensive zone, and it's collected by one of the invaders. Gets it up to Galetka. Cross ice long pass for Danny Bartik. Bartik in the offensive zone. He's got Price skating, but it's poked away from him as Price was racing toward the goal. On the far side, Galetka gets it over to Price. The shot is knocked down, and Bradley dives for it. Can't cover it, but it squirts to the near side boards, and Kantak will try and battle with Galetka to get it out. It goes into the corner. And there, number 15, Chandler Fielding is there. He gets it up, but they lose possession. Galetka has it, dumps it into the far side corner, and after it is 18, Relford. Relford sends it around the boards, and Whitmer trying to clear, but cannot. Bartek gets it from the slot. It's loose to the left of the goal, but swept aside and out of harm's way for a moment. Back up to Galgus. Galgus fires. It's ricochets behind the goal. Bartek's there, but he can't get a stick on it. It's poked around to the near side once again. Kantak gets it up and clears it out of harm's way, and it will go all the way down to the goaltender, Vinny Inkervaya, who makes his first save on a very simple shot that came all the way from the other defensive zone. Speaking of that, the invaders send it down the ice for an icing, and we get a stoppage with 13 minutes and 2 seconds to go in first period action early in the championship game of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. Face-off will be to the right of Inkervaya, getting his fourth start in his career tonight, and fourth of the week. It's won by the Panthers. They send it across the ice and lose control, and it's knocked out for just a moment by DeGero. Delayed offside, and it's poked forward. George tips it across. He's got a teammate there, shot, and it is into the breadbasket of the goaltender Bradley, off the stick of number 15, Tyler Beck. Both teams feeling each other out a little bit right now. Once again, a 8-5 victory on Monday for the Invaders. Up to the point and kept in for a moment and sent across. Both teams converge on the puck, and it's sent out by the Panthers, tipped aside, and so chasing after it is number 17, Willen Hill. He gets there first and controls the puck behind his own net. Hill has it, sends it up the side, and cross-ice pass. Great passing team are these Invaders. George tries to control. DeGero's there as well. It's poked aside to the near side boards, and out with it is Janak. Janak has it poked, checked away at the red line, and it comes forward. George sends it into the zone, but can't control to anyone else. It comes back to center ice and dumped back in where Janak is on it. Janak back to a defensive teammate. Gets it forward to Kenny. Kenny sends it forward and intercepted, but taken aback by Kantak. Kantak loses it, and it's tipped high and into the rafters by the Invaders, Danny Bartik. And the whistle blows with 11:48 to go, period number one. They'll drop the puck in front of the Invaders bench just outside the Whitmer offensive zone. It's controlled back to the Panthers, and they send it in on deep. It's going to go on Inkervaya, who stops it, and he'll cover it. Vinny Inkervaya. Never before had he played goal before Monday of this week. And he's in there looking for win number 4. The shot is toward him in the slot, and it's backhanded and tipped up and out of harm's way for the Invaders. Back on it is Relford. Relford sends it up the boards, finds a teammate. That's Andrew Wishnowitz. Wishnowitz loses the puck, and it goes forward. The team's battle right below us. Bartik goes back into the defensive zone and is sent up where the Panthers control. They tip it up, and it goes all the way down the ice. So this will be an icing against Whitmer. They'll send out a new crew. New line change for the Panthers here, and so does the Invaders. 11:14 to go in period number 1. Face-off will be to the left of Dylan Bradley, and Bradley apparently very fortunate to not have to serve a suspension tonight. It's dumped in low, and ricochets off the back of the net up into the rafters. A very low ceiling here at the Garfield Rec Center. This building, built nearly 50 years ago as an outdoor rink. At some point, as we heard the stories last year, about 30 to 35 years ago, it was enclosed. A low ceiling. They've done some improvements in the last couple of years with the lighting. And a year ago, when the Kent State University Ice Arena closed down for the entire season, the Royals were without a home, and the Garfield Heights Rec Center came to the rescue. And CVCA stayed here for year number 2 after the hospitality of the local folks. Shot right in front of Inkervaya, goes up over the net. A great chance there for Whitmer. And Normandy tries to clear it up, and it's not kept in. It squirts out, and here comes Logan George, the ever-dangerous George. Dangles, but could not get a shot off as Bradley was sprawling. Logan George couldn't control it. The net open on the far side, and unfortunately for him, he could not finish. Chance for the Whitmer Panthers. And into the netting goes number 5 for the Panthers. That's Owen Gump. He gets out. Inkervaya gets his goal crease back as it comes up. Kept in and sent further in by number 18, Mitchell Relford. And the puck drops loose in the slot and is finally poked out to center ice. Relford sends it back in wide. And it's sent down and tipped. So no icing. Kantak has it and a stoppage. And they're going to say Kantak played that puck with a high stick. Derek Kantak, Astoria, 6'3", 315-pound offensive lineman, the junior for these Whitmer Panthers. Hadn't played hockey since 7th grade, but Jake Janak, who's also a fellow offensive lineman for the Panthers football team, said, hey, friend, why don't you play hockey with me this year? And so he decided to do so, and here he is. He scored 4 goals and has made a difference for the Panthers so far in this young season. Panthers control their offensive end, but it's intercepted by Bartek with a long outlet pass. Galetka pushes it further in deep. Controls and centers. It's knocked down in front. Kept in. Shot is knocked down again and cleared out of harm's way by Jacob Wishnowitz. On it is 17 for the Invaders, Willen Hill. Cross ice pass quickly up to Galetka. Galetka tries to send another pass to Bartik, and he dumps it in deep where it's collected by Derek Bradley. Bradley up the ice. Dangerous play right there. Could have been too many men on the ice. Shot on goal is knocked down and knocked out. A rebound opportunity there, but the Panthers quickly to sweep it away. Kantak up the ice, kicked aside by Janak and intercepted by Galetka, who's going to fire one, and a blocker saved in the far side corner by Bradley. Hill centers looking for Bartik. It's tipped to the far side, and the Panthers skate out with it, but Galetka intercepts. Bartek sends it in, and the Invaders get a change. That gives time for Bradley to skate up the ice. Looks up, and it's intercepted at center ice by Beck. Beck gets it forward to DeGiro. DeGiro will battle right under us. Janak tips it out of the zone and tries to beat Beck to it. Neither get it. DeGiro has it, and DeGiro sends it in. It's intercepted by Bradley. Right back out to center ice and sent right back in. A little bit of a tennis match going on. Bradley has it behind the net. Sends it back around the near side boards. It goes to a teammate. Off the boards, angled up to Janak. Janak sends it in deep. And it's intercepted there. Kenny with a chance. Backhanded shot through the crease. Trying to take advantage of the inexperience of Inkervaya. 3 goals in the first period on Monday. Just throwing it on goal. Creates opportunities here. The Invaders defense trying to stand tall in front of their young goaltender. Beck gets in the offensive zone. Gets it to George. George loses it, but gets it back for a moment. Chases after it. And it's poked out of harm's way to center ice by the Panthers. 7:30 to go. We're halfway through the first period. No score. And it's sent up the ice, and icing is waved off, and so the Invaders will come after it and send it back around the near side boards where Logan George has got it. And George sends it on goal all the way down. Bradley gets it. Actually, he's not quite sure where it was, and finally gets it out of his blockers And up comes Relford. Sends it up further, and it's sent in behind the goal where Galetka. Check that, it's not Galetka, it's 17. Hill gets it up to a teammate, and that teammate is Galetka. Galetka fans on it, and it's poked out. Sent back into the near side corner, and chasing after it is Relford. Relford up the boards. Galetka kicks it with his foot, gets it back down low. Centering pass goes to Galetka. Galetka fires, and gloved down by Dylan Bradley, the sophomore goaltender. Bradley stopped 30 of 32 shots last night in the game against CVCA, and it could be argued that he is the reason that his Panthers are here playing tonight for the championship. Shutting out the Royals for 2 periods and yielding just 2 goals overall. Face-off is won and sent back in, and it is again stopped in between the pads of the sophomore goaltender. Face-off to Bradley's right. This one's won back to Whitmer. Sent around the boards by Derek Bradley, far side, but Josh Price overskates it. Whitmer gets a break. Up ice it comes, and this one will ricochet. It'll actually ricochet on goal, and Inkervaya has to stop it. Looked like it was going to be an icing, but a perfectly ricocheted and angled shot went right to Inkervaya, and he saw it right into his glove for a save and a stoppage. Face-off will occur to his left. Last night on one of the face-offs, Whitmer fired it right on CVCA goaltender Caleb Mosher, not once but twice, and the second time it worked. Right off the face-off, Whitmer scored a goal. So right from this very face-off dot, we'll see what happens with Janak. It's one backwards to the Invaders, and a long angled pass finds DeGiro. He's got George skating with him too. DeGiro tried to get it to George, who lost an edge and couldn't get a stick on it. And so another chance missed for the Invaders. Delayed offside for Normandy, and that gives a brief opportunity for Derek Bradley to get it. He lost it high, looking for Eric Kinney, but he can't catch up with it, and it will be icing on Whitmer with 5 minutes and 50 seconds to go in a scoreless first period so far in the CVCA Christmas Tournament Championship game. Whitmer getting a chance for a line change here. Janak comes out. Relford and Kinney. So a brief respite for the 3 of them, and they're back out. Face-off is won back to the Panthers. Long cross-ice pass is angled to Kinney. He can't handle it, but gets it, sends it forward, off the stick of Galgus into the corner, and first to it is number 19, Andrew Wishnowitz. Around the boards, kept in for just a moment, but intercepted now by Kinney. He sends it on goal. Actually, it's knocked down in front before it got to Inkervaya's goal. And it's sent up and angled off the boards down the ice, and icing is called against the Invaders with 5:22 to go in the first. The Invaders will change up. Danny Bartik leads. Matt Galetka and others out onto the ice, and Bartik will take this face-off. For the Panthers, it'll be taken by Carson McClellan. One back to Normandy. And they send a long angling shot that it will not make it all the way down the ice, and so it'll be collected by Relford. Relford, cross-ice pass out to center ice where Bartek is on it, and he sends it in deep. Janak picking up his stick, gets it just in time to send it out to center ice once again. Delayed offside against the Invaders, and they're going to have to retreat out of the zone. They finally do, and the Panthers, with a long pass, they find number 6, Derek Bradley, who gets across the red line, sends it in deep, and chasing it looks to be Angelo Cifuentes, who gets a shift. The Invaders send it up, and it's collected by Bradley behind his net. Circles back, angles it off the boards, and coming back the other direction are the Panthers. Relford has it dispossessed and collected by one of the Invaders. Looking for Bartek, not connecting, and collected by Hudson Bear. But just for a moment, to the rescue is number 19, Wishnowitz, who sends it back up the board, but it's intercepted. Shot and saved by Bradley. That shot fired by Willen Hill. 4:08 to go, first period. Normandy, the first seed, the number 1 seed, 0. Whitmer, the number 2 seed, also 0. No score. One back to the right point. Shot in by Hill, and he had a teammate there, DeGiro. He could have gotten a stick on it. Another opportunity. This time it's down low and sent to George. George over to number 47, Sutyak. The puck trickles to Kanthak, and he sends it down the ice. This will be icing against the Invaders. 3:47 to go. The Invaders a couple times have seemed like they are one step away from beating goaltender Bradley, but so far they've not connected on that last pass. They win the faceoff, but they're dispossessed as Relford picks it up. Sends it up, looking for Janak. Janak gets it out to center ice, where it's dumped right back in by Normandy. And this time, Hudson Bear is on it, and he's dumped in the corner. And we've got a whistle, and we'll see what the call is. Perhaps the puck just went out of play. They're going to have a face-off outside the Invaders' zone. 3:25 to go. It's one forward by Kinney, who skates into the offensive zone but can't collect it. Wins it back to himself. Fires, and it's wide of the goal and around the boards all the way out to center ice. Sent, chipped up, but not far. And with it is DeGiro. DeGiro being pressured by Kinney. DeGiro skates behind his own goal. Stops. Reverses field. A couple of chances for George. And Bradley quickly pounces on that puck as Logan George was trying to put the Invaders up 1-0. Shots on goal so far in this first period unofficially. Normandy 11 and Whitmer 3. So once again, the Invaders not only pressuring on offense, but limiting the defensive chances they have to defend. Another shot on goal and stopped by Bradley. Tuesday night, the Royals got only 15 shots on goal in these Invaders and still had a chance. Whitmer's got to try and get some shots on Inkervaya. But to do so, they've got to control it. This one is knocked down and ricochets off Bradley as it was deflected in front of the goal. Down low, Galetka tries to center. It's intercepted and sent out to center ice where Galgas has it. Cross ice and sent back in by 17 Hill. Sent down low again. The Invaders with the puck. Centering pass. This one is in the net. A goal for the Invaders. They take the lead. Matt Galetka standing on the back door of the crease. Puck came to him and he jammed it right in the back of the net. Here it is again. Sent across the crease and Matt Galetka was there and he put it in the back of the net. 1-0 Invaders. Time of the goal. 12 minutes and 33 seconds of period number 1. You can feel that one coming for some time. Big hit at center ice. And stoppage. Owen Gump was dumped into the boards by Willen Hill. No call. And they'll call offsides on the Panthers. So a face-off just outside their zone. 2:17 to go. One back by Whitmer and sent in deep. But offsides again. So off the face-off, it was one back to Whitmer near center ice. But before the players could clear the zone, they whistled an offside. So we'll do it over. 2:13 to go. And this one is clean into the back of the Whitmer zone. Into the corner. Janak fires a sharp angle shot. Second shot goes. Goal by Whitmer. The Panthers tie it up. The goal scored by number 11, Eric Kinney. So the lead short-lived, a matter of seconds for the Invaders, and Eric Kinney with the equalizer. 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the first period, 1-1. The assist from Janak and also from Owen Gump on the Kinney goal. It's 1-1. And the puck is won back into the zone, delayed offside. They clear. 17 Hill has it, cross ice to DeGiro. He chips it up, but no one there for the Invaders. Bradley dumps it off the boards, loses it to George. Cross ice pass, finds a teammate. Another cross ice pass to DeGiro coming in on the angle. Can't get it. It's shipped high and into the rafters. And we'll get another stoppage of the minute 37. The low ceiling working against the Panthers there as they tried to loft it up and out of the zone. That gives a chance for the Invaders head coach Jim Jackson to send out Hill, Galetka, and Bartkick. This one goes to Galetka. Galetka centers, and Bradley tries to cover, gets back in his goal. It's swept around the boards to Galgus, who fires. It ricochets out in front. Bartik tries to push it forward. There's a battle for the puck. It goes behind the net. Another centering pass back out to Galgus, who fires. It's loose, still in front on the rebound. Galetka tries to power it in. It dribbles back to the slot. He fires again. Another rebound and a hand pass into the goal. And a stoppage as a flurry of activity in front of Bradley. He leans back and takes a deep breath. Still down on his knees with 1:09 to go. You get the sense for goaltender Dylan Bradley that he can't get to the end of the first period fast enough. This one's won back to the Invaders up to the slot and sent back down low into the circle. Centering opportunity is deflected and it goes around the boards near side. Whitmer covers. Janak is taken off the puck by two Invaders, and Logan George in the corner has it, but dumps it up high. And a couple of sticks get raised as the whistle blows. The puck drops down from the netting, and there'll be a face-off to the left of Vinny and Kervaya. Janak will take it. They drop it down. It's one back to the Invaders. 48 seconds to go, period number one, to center ice. Dumped back in, delayed offside for the Panthers. Long pass is knocked down by Janak. Owen Gump tried to control it, could not, and it comes to George. You've got to be careful with him. He's pushed off, but not pushed off the puck. Fires wide of the goal with 30 seconds left. A second shot is knocked down, rebound loose, and sent down the ice, and it will have to be played by Inkervaya, who stops it, covers, leaves it for a teammate. That is Dane Galgus. Long outlet pass by Galgus into the offensive zone. Beck has it, dangles, loses the puck. With it now is Wishnowitz. 10 seconds left. It's dumped back in deep. Janak has it. Janak around the boards with 4 seconds left. 3. A hit on the near side boards is going to just about do it. Galgus has it, but runs out of time. Logan George and Eric Kenny graze each other, but we've played one period of hockey from the Dan Kostel Rec Center in the CVCA Christmas Tournament Championship game. And the score, Normandy 1, Whitmer 1. Official shots on goal in that first period, 17 for Normandy and 6 for Whitmer. The important stat, 1-1 on the scoreboard between the Invaders and the Panthers. We've reached the end of one period of play, and we're glad you're watching along with us tonight on CVCA Livestream. But as we do, we're going to take a break for this message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy.
What is excellence? Excellence is a battle cry that you were made for more than this, in a world that is so satisfied with just okay. It's striving for greatness not only when there is a prize or recognition to be won, but in the still and quiet with only an audience of one. It's going above and beyond for others in service because our God has gone above and beyond all that we could have asked or imagined in His pursuit of us. It's It's diving into studies and academic pursuits, believing that the Lord has fashioned our minds out of the dust of the earth to understand and master complex concepts and the deep mysteries of the universe. It's preparation, not only for college or a career, but a life recklessly abandoning the ordinary and believing that the God who moves mountains lives inside you and will use you to turn the world upside down for His glory. A school defined by excellence is so much more than a building and classrooms. It is a defining culture, a strong imprint on a student's life in the way they will learn and grow. It is a life-altering encounter that surrounds them with people and experiences that shape who they will become. It is the foundation that they will take with them wherever they go. It is what they will see in their rearview mirrors as guideposts, showing them the way forward and propelling them to excel still more. In our lives, in our homes, in our families, in our communities, to go out and impact the world that God so loved. To shine a light on the darkest and most broken places. To be the salt to those who have lost their flavor. To bring love and healing as the hands and feet that we are called to be. We are CVCA, and we are called to excel still more.
Back here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center, an inspirational message from CVCA, and you have an interest in sending your son or daughter or your grandson, granddaughter to CVCA in the 2022-2023 school year. There's an opportunity to visit the school and learn more about Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy at an open house on January the 28th. You can learn more about how to sign up for that open house, and you do have to sign up by visiting the CVCA website at cvcaroyals.org. Find the admissions menu, and you have an opportunity there to sign up. Entrance exams are required to attend CVCA. It's part of the process, and the next opportunity for entrance exams will be on February 5th and March the 5th, and certainly you can learn more about that as well on the CVCA website and also at the open house on January 28th. We're at the first intermission from the Dan Kostel Rec Center of the CVCA Christmas Tournament Championship game. The score, Normandy 1, Whitmer 1. Recapping that first period scoring, the Invaders seem to have a bit more of the advantage with the greater number of shots on goal and seem to be on the verge of taking the lead, and they finally did at 12 minutes and 33 seconds of the first period when Matt Galetka got the Invaders on the board, sitting on the back door of the crease, and found the puck on his stick and beat Dylan Bradley, the goaltender for the Whitmer Panthers, and it was 1-0. Time of that goal, 12:33, but the lead was short-lived, in fact, very short. Just 24 seconds later, the Panthers got a goal back when Eric Kenny fired a shot on goal and beat the goaltender in Kervaya to tie it up at 1-1, and that's where we stand at the end of the first period. It's been a lot of hockey here at the Kostel Rec Center this week, and taking a look at the previous games, on Monday the Invaders beat Whitmer 8-5 in the earlier matchup between these two schools. CVCA defeated Twinsburg 7-0. Tuesday afternoon, Whitmer dispatched of Twinsburg 6-2. The Invaders and CVCA had quite a game. Royals getting a 3-1 lead in that contest before the Invaders came all the way back behind a hat trick from Logan George and an empty net goal by Tyler Beck at the end to win 5-3. On Wednesday, Normandy had an easy time with Twinsburg, as did the others, winning 9-2. Whitmer and CVCA played a hard-fought battle last night. The Panthers are here tonight by virtue of their victory over the Royals, 4-2 last night, and then earlier today in the rematch between CVCA and Twinsburg, the Royals started Karsten Hauk in goal, who had been waiting out his own quarantine. Hauk got his first win between the pipes this season in an 8-2 victory for CVCA, a game in which Cord Steigmeyer recorded his first career hat trick for the Royals. Looking ahead once again for the CVCA schedule. We'll have our next broadcast after tonight on Sunday night here from the Kostel Rec Center as the CVCA Royals move back into Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue North play. That's when the Parma Redmen will come calling on the Royals. A 7 p.m. puck drop, and we'll have information on the CVCA live stream social media channels about our coverage and links for that game, which will be streamed once again on the CVCA Athletic Boosters website. You can follow CVCA on live stream on social media by looking for the @CVCA live stream handle. Next week, if you're tuning in from the Royals point of view and a Royals fan, the Royals have 3 games next weekend, all once again in the division. Friday night, they are on the road at Cleveland Heights. Heights victorious in their own holiday tournament yesterday. Cleveland Heights, Friday, January 7th at 7:30 p.m. On Saturday next week, the Royals are home and get their first look at Canfield, who was a Barron Cup finalist last year. That game scheduled for the 8th of January, Saturday night here at the Kostel Rec Center at 5 o'clock. And then the Royals are back on the road on Sunday, January the 9th, for a 5:20 contest at the Pond against Chagrin Falls. Tickets for all CVCA athletic events can be purchased online by visiting the CVCA Athletics website and searching for tickets. The Royals ticket partner, Home Team Sports, I think it's Hometown Sports rather, making the purchase of online tickets available for fans who want to attend CVCA Athletics games. In other CVCA sports this week, the boys basketball team defeated Manchester 74-47 on Tuesday. Wrestling was in action earlier today at the Ashland Invitational. Last night, girls basketball got a conference victory, and a big one, 49-12 against Orville at home. Swim team was in action earlier today. The Stampede Invitational down in Worcester. And boys basketball was in action earlier tonight at Shaw. We'll get a score for you on that, but we've got an update from CVCL. Actually, we do have a score from the boys basketball game. CVCA victorious on the road tonight against Shaw, 54-51. And looking back at wrestling, the Ashland Invitational update, Owen Nelson finished third in the 106-pound category. Braden Halen finished fourth in the 113-pound category. And at 220 pounds, defending state champion Kyle Snyder picked up another victory today, first place in the Ashland Invitational. Here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center, we're winding down the first intermission. You're listening to Tim Nichols, and it's been my pleasure to bring you the coverage this week and every game for CVCA. But it's not a one-man show. Sean Mosher, Cody Anderson, JT Nichols up here in the loft, making sure the production, the wires are all connected, everything is working as it needs to so that you can sit in your living room and enjoy high school hockey from Northeast Ohio. The Whitmer Panthers are the first team back, and Dylan Bradley heads back to the goal, this time to our right. And at the Kostel Rec Center, the locker rooms are through the lobby area where the fans enter. And we can see the orange of the Normandy Invaders heading back in through the lobby area as they enter the ice rink area here at the Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights. So we start the second period. One would expect that the Panthers will have to be ready for a barrage from Normandy. Normandy with 4 second period goals in the first 4 minutes in the first contest between these two teams to blow open a game that they trailed 3-2 at the break on Monday. Likewise on Tuesday, in Normandy's game against CVCA, it was Logan George with the hat trick in the second half of the second period, turning a 3-1 deficit into a 4-3 Invaders lead, one they held for the rest of the game and ultimately finished off with that empty net goal to win 5-3. So the Invaders have been big in the second period. They'll skate from left to right, and we're back underway. Puck is dropped, and the second period is started and quickly stopped. 7 seconds in, icing the call against the Invaders. So that puck was sent in from just beyond the red line, and they'll retrieve it and skate all the way down to the right of Vinny Inkervaya. Jake Janak to take it against Logan George. It's dropped down and controlled by Normandy, and out with it comes Tyler Beck into the offensive zone. Beck skates into the circles, fires off the mask of Bradley on the backside, still controlled by the Invaders. This is DeGiro. DeGiro takes the body but loses the puck, and now he gives out the punishment. Shot comes from a teammate. He goes into the far corner. That was George behind the net. And Whitmer controls, and out with it, it comes. It is pushed back into the offensive zone, and so Janak chasing. He'll skate aside, and Willen Hill has it. Now he's got company. It's pushed up and out to center ice, where it's picked up by Derek Bradley, but he turns it over. Beck with company. He's got George to his right. George fires wide of the goal into the corner. It's retrieved by Beck. It's sent back to the point where it's shot in and knocked down, but kept in. It's Galetka, it looks like, on the far side. He fires, and it's knocked to the near side. Saved by Bradley. Into the corner it goes, and yes, with all kinds of firepower, the Invaders coming out, but a stoppage, and we'll see what the call is. It's a penalty, and it's going to go on the Invaders. Beck, number 15. And so for the first time tonight, we've got a player in the box, a power play opportunity, and a discussion ensuing. Beck came in from behind in the corner. He was flagged for it. The referee skates over to the scorer's table. Two minutes for roughing for Tyler Beck, and so a power play opportunity for the Panthers with 13:49 to go here in the second period. Logan George skates in, wins the faceoff, and it's kept in at the point by Relford. Down low, George sweeps it up the boards once again. Relford's there, though, and he keeps it in again. Controlled by Whitmer. Whitmer now will set up the power play. Up to the point. Relford has it. He fires, and it's over the head of Inkervaya to the right point, and not kept in. Misplayed by number 15, Chandler Fielding, so he'll have to retreat all the way back behind his net as he's chased there by George. George takes the puck away, fires it up, and into the defensive zone where the pair of Invaders are there. Hill loses the puck. Now Janak has it in the corner. A shot is knocked down off the stick of number 17, McClellan. Far side and cleared all the way down and stopped on goal by Bradley. Relford retrieves, evades DeGiro, gets it up to Janak. He punches it forward, and it's played back to Janak, who sends it the other direction, cross ice to Kenny. Kenny tries to beat Hill, does, skates in, fires. It's knocked down by Inkervaya and cleared away to center ice and all the way down. Bradley thinks about playing it, thinks twice, heads back to his goal as Logan George was there, and now it comes to him, and George is planted on his bottom side. Bradley covers the puck, and a stoppage ensues with 12:33 to go in period number 2. 44 seconds to go on the Tyler Beck roughing penalty. Defensive zone face-off upcoming for the Panthers. Inkervaya's had to make one save. It's one back and sent on net, actually wide of the net by Normandy, and chipped up the boards, but not controlled and cleared back down by the Invaders with 33 seconds to go in the penalty time. Swept around to Relford behind the goal. Long cross-ice pass is knocked down by Bradley. He loses it, and it's cleared back down with 20 seconds to go in the time. Around the near side boards, Kinney, long cross-ice pass. No one there in particular, but it angles, and it is just wide of the goal. So Inkervaya watched it, and the referee did as well, and raised his hand and blew the whistle for an icing call with 11 seconds left. So the Invaders 11 seconds away from escaping the first penalty of the game unharmed. And Kervias had to make only one save, and he was true. George will take the face-off of the Invaders to the left of Bradley. He wins it back, and so Hill dumps it far side. Ricochets to DeGiro. DeGiro dumps it in deep, and that's going to do it for the penalty time. George there loses the puck, but now out of the box comes Hill. Check that, Beck. George has it, center ice. Stick handles up to Beck, gets it back, and it's chipped up into the rafters. A shot attempt never got far before it was skied high and caused a stoppage in play with 11:34 to go in a 1-1 hockey game here. Championship of the CVCA Christmas Tournament on the line tonight. One of these teams will skate away with the trophy. Offensive zone face-off, and Price is in there to take it for the Invaders. It's one back to Whitmer. Around the boards, Kenny has it. Chips it up the boards and gets it back. Sends it into the zone, but offsides the call as Janak could not get out fast enough. And so another stoppage. Face-off just outside the Whitmer offensive zone and closest to the Whitmer bench. This one shot in by the Panthers. Chasing after it is Owen Gump. Price sweeps in. Takes it away for the Invaders. Centers it and gives it away. Stopped by Kervias. Second shot is wide. A good chance there for Owen Gump. Trying to put the Invaders up two. Another centering pass is knocked down to the near side boards. Kenny has it. Sharp angle shot is wide and collected far side and cleared out. Dumped back in, but the Panthers offsides. They get back onside, intercepted by Kenny. He's got a shot now. Can he get there? Pushes it forward. It's pushed aside, a save by Kervias. A great job by the young goaltender. Another shot is knocked down. Good pressure here by the Panthers. Normandy pushes it out, but the Panthers dump it back in. Panthers get onside, and Invaders clear. Now intercepted by Price. And he is leveled. A huge collision in center ice. Price gets up. It's turned over. Centered and knocked down. That was a football type collision here at center ice. Now comes Janak with speed. Centering pass knocked aside by the Invaders. And now the other way comes Beck. Beck with some speed in the offensive zone. Gets his forehand. Fires, it's high. Bradley actually ducked. And we have a glove flying off and a whistle. And it looks like a penalty coming up on Whitmer, who had some good effort going there. A slashing call. Andrew Wishnowitz gets sent to the box, and that was quite the slash. It knocked the glove off the Normandy player. And so now the Panthers will have to defend their first penalty kill of the evening. 5 minutes, 11 seconds of the second period, the time of the penalty. 2 minutes for Wishnowitz for slashing. One back to George. George thinks about it. Sets up and shoots and scores! 5 seconds into the power play, Logan George shot the puck on a screened Dylan Bradley, who never saw it, and it hit the back of the net. That was the first indication to Bradley that the score had changed. 2-1, Logan George, the senior, puts the Invaders back on top. So the slashing penalty cost the Panthers there, and they'll have to play from behind again. It's won by Kenny. Kenny skates in, and he's going to draw a penalty. It's touched up, but the Panthers will go right back on the power play. Galgus, the guilty party that time, he goes in. 2 minutes for tripping. somebody else. Face off, one back behind the goal, kept in for just a moment, but chipped up by DeGiro to center ice. And he'll chase. It's up high and out of the reach of Janak. And the Invaders clear it down the ice. Minute 42 to go on the penalty time. Sent around the boards by Bradley. Derek Bradley, controlled by Janak, who sent it back around the other side toward Bradley, who picks it up. Lost it to the center ice area. Kantak has it, hands it off to Janak. Janak skates into the corner, tries to center. There's a shot, wide. A great opportunity for Eric Kenny. Kenny gets it to Janak. He fires, and it's knocked down in front of the corner. Chipped up, but Janak is after it once again. It sends it toward the goal, and it's chipped wide. Kantak in there screening. The big man at 6'3", 315, finds a teammate in the slot. Bradley fires. It's chipped aside by George to the far side. Kenny's after it again and dumps it in deep. It goes to Hill, and Hill tries to clear, but it's knocked down by Kenny. Kenny fires it once again wide of the goal. It'll come back to Janak. 52 seconds left to go in the penalty time. Janak banks it off the board to himself. Now skates toward Inkervaya. It's knocked down high. The puck trickles and is still controlled by Relford now. Relford tries to center. It's on the back of the net. He knocks it off, centers, gets it up high. Bradley has it. He fires. It's knocked down in front. Bradley backhands it over to Janak. Janak fires wide of the goal. 29 seconds left. This one's chipped back into the corner. Chasing after it is Normandy. They chip it up, but not out. It's kept in and chipped back toward the goal, wide of the goal. Bradley chases after it, and finally the Invaders clear the puck with 14 seconds left, surviving a flurry of activity in front of Vinny Inkervaya. 8 seconds left. Time for one more rush. Here comes the Panthers. Relford into the corner. 2 seconds left. Look out for the man coming out of the zone, out of the penalty box. It's shot down on goal and kicked aside by Bradley. And out of the box is the Normandy Invaders. Galetka, I believe it was. And it trickles over to Bradley, who covers the puck. A furious 2 minutes. But it results in no goal for the Panthers, looking for the equalizer for the second time tonight. 7:27, just past the halfway mark of the hockey game. 7:27 left to go, period number 2. This one is won back to the Invaders, up to the slot. Galgas shoots, and it's wide of the goal. Galetka up to the point. Shot by Beck. It trickles to the side, never got to the goal that time. Around the boards, Galetka loses his stick, but Bartik is there to bail him out. Back up to 15. Beck down low. Galetka. Galetka fires, sharp angle shot, and save by Bradley. Both teams change. Normandy leading 2-1. Offensive zone face-off to be taken by Jake DeGiro for the Invaders. Janak wins it back, and it's pushed up but not out. Kept in by the Invaders, and it trickles down to the corner. Outlet pass to Janak. Looks forward. He's got Kenny chasing after it, but it's swept up by Beck. Cross-ice pass, and DeGiro's the first man to it. He skates past an Invader. Janak there, and he sticks it aside into the corner. Janak tries to get up the boards, but DeGiro is there to knock it down. The puck trickles to the near side corner, and it comes across dangerously to the center, but kicked out, and now 1-on-2, knocked into the far side corner off the stick of Carson McClellan. To the point, shot opportunity, and it's wide of the goal. Beck just missed that one. It could have deflected off him, and Inkervaya never had to see it. Janak gets hit by DeGiro. DeGiro loses his stick. Janak takes advantage and dumps it in deep. Chasing after it is Galgas. He pushes it behind the goal, finds a teammate, but it's knocked down. Bradley has it. Bradley fires, rebound. Swept aside by Galgas. Another shot. This one to the point. Shot kicked aside by Inkervaya. And kept in. And here comes Whitmer again with more pressure. Centering pass. Shot. And another save by Vinny Inkervaya. Up to the point. Shot by Bradley. This one goes wide. Again, another shot. This one is knocked down. and kept it in one down low. Into the corner. Jeffrey Sutyak trying to battle for it. This was another shot wide. Far side, and still Whitmer keeps it in. More pressure, and it's iced all the way down, but played by, it was played by the goaltender, Bradley, but the whistle blows. Icing should have been waved off, and head coach Jim Jackson is yelling, asking for the face-off to be taken out of the offensive zone, and it should be, but the referee says no. Bradley played that puck, and the icing should have been waved off, but it is not, and therefore Whitmer will have another offensive zone face-off. They've had a furious last couple of minutes. It's one back to the Invaders, but knocked down. Centering pass, looking for Kantak. He couldn't get a stick on it. Now Bartek has it, and he swipes it out. Danger on the other side. Galetka has it. Galetka is taking off the puck with the body, but skates right toward the goal, trying to jam it in, but Bradley will put a stop to that with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Whitmer trying everything they can to get that equalizing goal here, down 2-1. Normandy hanging on to a perfect season so far. Face-off in their offensive zone, and Josh Price will take it. Price wins it back, fired, and into the breadbasket of Dylan Bradley, once again, who makes the stop. Shots on goal right now as we get to the latter end of the second period, 23-12. There's another shot, doesn't get to the goal. Scoots to the near side. Kept in by Hill. Hill skates in. It's knocked down, kicked up, and Hill gets another chance. This one is knocked out again to the side of the goal. That was not going on goal, but Bradley says, let's not take a chance. And he covered it up for a stoppage with 4:29 to go here in period number 2. Face off to the left of Bradley. Shot toward the goal goes wide. Sutyak sends it, and it slides through wide to the other side. On the near side, a big hit by DeGiro. The puck squirts near the circle to George, and it's kept in by Beck, but only for a moment. Kinney goes down hard into the boards. Meanwhile, Janak is into the offensive zone, but is poke checked away from him, and Beck comes the other direction. Kinney's back up, and he's okay. Shot is high and into the rafters, and the clock stops with 4 minutes exactly to go in period number 2. The face-off will be at center ice. Referee waiting on Logan George to come to center ice. He's there now. They drop the puck down, and George fires it in. Near side corner. Bradley sees who's behind him. Pokes it up forward to Kantak. It's not out. Kept in. Sutyak for the shot, and a save by Bradley. So that Normandy team is talented, but the bench is not deep. And so this will be the interesting thing as the rest of this game plays out. Whose fitness? 4 games in 4 days for the Invaders. 5 in 4 days for Whitmer. Whose fitness is going to win out? Will the legs hold up as we get to the latter part of this second period and a third period to come? It's knocked back in deep. Bradley's on it, lofts it high, and it trickles down toward the end of the Whitmer offensive zone, and it's collected by the Invaders. Icing was waved off. Loose puck at center ice, trickles into the defensive zone and is sent down. Icing will be the call on Whitmer with 3:12 to go. Logan George put the Invaders back on top 5 seconds into a power play opportunity with a shot from the right point in which Dylan Bradley was screened, and that's the difference right now. Invaders 2, Panthers 1. Puck is kept in and shot, knocked down in front, and cleared out. Puck loose at center ice, and is sent in by George and chipped out. On it is number 5, Gump. Gump gets it in before he's wiped out on the play by George, and it comes back out to center ice. Chipped back in and turned over. DeGiro tries to stick handle, still has it, and it's poked out there. Tipped, so no icing. It never got that far anyway. Swept up by the Invaders and pushed up ice. George has it. George loses it. Janak sends it back in wide. Check that, it was Kinney who sent it wide. Galgus. Long pass knocked down and kept in for the moment. Kinney knocks it forward, but off of Beck. And off the face mask of Inkervaya. Fast shot, and it's kept in. Janak reaches for it. Now it's swept out. Look out. All the way down icing. It looked like it might be a breakaway opportunity if the puck fell, as behind everyone was Tyler Beck. But the puck had too much air and too far down ice, and Beck could not catch up with it before it went over the end line. So 2 minutes and 3 seconds to go. Second period, Invaders 2, Panthers 1. Face off one back to Normandy, but they cannot clear. The teams battle. It comes up and on the stick of Galetka. Galetka has Bartek chasing with him. Fires and knocked down in front by Bradley. Bradley standing tall once again tonight. His 23rd save of the evening. Last night he had 30. He may have to have more than that tonight to will his Panthers to victory. Face-off will be to his right. Josh Price in there to take it for the Invaders. One back to the Panthers instead. They push it around to the near side corner where they pick up the puck. It's shipped up and Janak reaches for it. They wave off icing. Janak gets to it. Centering pass. He's got Relford. Relford's shot is knocked down and out of the zone. Back to center ice. On it is number 6, Derek Bradley. He pushes it in deep, but it's knocked down. Send it back out. And sent back on. Ooh, a stick save. Goal would not have counted. Whitmer is offsides, and Bartek takes a hit, but he's a big young man and absorbed that one, and it looked like Relford bounced off of him instead of the other way around. Minute and 8 seconds to go. It's sent in deep, and back to chase it for the Panthers is McClellan. McClellan has it. Off the boards. It comes back, and now Hill sends it in deep for the Invaders. Relford battles for the puck, pushes it up, finds Janak. Janak cross ice, angled pass with some speed is Kinney. Kinney gets to it, waiting for help. Tries to find Janak. Janak, 4 defenders between him and the goal. Sends it in deep. Hill will battle and win the battle. And it comes out with 34 seconds left to Logan George, who fires from center ice. It's pushed aside. George tries to slap at it, cannot get anything on it. Cross ice pass out of the zone, tipped in. They wave off icing again. 22 seconds left. Whitmer's on it, waiting for help in the corner. And dispossessed are the Panthers, but knocked down. A chance for Janak. Fires. Saved by Inkervaya with 10 seconds left. Time for another shot. Centering. Kenny fires. Goal! Eric Kenny with 5 seconds to go in the second period ties it up for the Whitmer Panthers. A huge goal in the last 10 seconds of the period. And the Panthers have evened it up once again, winning the battle in the corner and firing it on Inkervaya. The clock ticks down after the face-off, and the horn blows, and the Panthers will go into the locker room on a high, having tied the score after 2 periods. Whitmer 2 and Normandy 2. The last thing you ever want to do is give up a goal in the first minute of the period or the last minute of the period, and that is just what the Invaders did. A huge boost for the Whitmer Panthers. So, we're at the second period intermission in a great hockey game, just as we suspected it would be. 2-2 between Normandy and Whitmer. And as we break for the final time, the final intermission, at least scheduled, unless we have overtime, we're going to pause once again for another message from CVCA.
Thank you for being a part of CVCA community. I love the chance to come to you with exciting news, and I've got some really exciting news. 3 words. The first word, we are growing. The Lord has blessed in bringing people like you here to this school because we believe in the mission of educating and cultivating servants for Christ. But when we grow, we run into some problems because we need more space. Whether it's in the middle school or in the high school, we are growing, and we thank the Lord and you for that. The second word, finishing. A few years ago, we started a campaign called Excel Still More, and now it is time to finish Excel Still More. So when you look at the link below and some of the detailed information, you will find some exciting expansion in the area where I am now, in the area just outside of these doors. But even more exciting to me personally is the third word, celebrating and honoring. While we have these expansion and growth opportunities here, we have the opportunity to be able to celebrate a champion of CVCA. John Rasnick was a friend to thousands in the CVCA community. Me personally, but decades of people have been impacted by John Rasnick and his love for the Lord and His Word. This gives us the opportunity to tell his story to generations of what God can do if you humbly serve and say yes when He calls you. So take a look at the information below, take a look at the information on our website, and find out more about this exciting opportunity. We love you.
And once again, an inspiring message from CVCA President Jason Spodnick about the Finishing Excel Still More campaign. And we know you may have, if you've been following along with us this week, you've seen that video already a couple times, but we can't talk enough about the life and influence of John Rasnick on the CVCA community. And so the goal for CVCA is now to finish and complete the final phase of the Finishing Excel Still More campaign, which will accommodate growth and create a more welcoming environment for CVCA students, visitors, and others that come into the building. It will add space and connect the Antel Chapel with the Tim Byerly Gymnasium, increasing capacity by over 300. CVCA is incredibly excited to celebrate and honor our great friend John Rasnick. And while we're pleased to recognize the immense contribution that John had on the CVCA community, we are even more humbled to celebrate the powerful example of what God can do when you passionately follow Him and lead by loving and serving others as John did so consistently. So to honor John and celebrate what God has done through his life of service, CVCA has chosen to name the new 2-story glass atrium and welcome center the John F. Rasnick Center, construction of which will begin in the first quarter of 2022. It's the hope that the center will serve as a physical reminder that we're all called to live lives of selflessness, action, love, care, and intentionality toward making a gospel impact like John Rasnick. Can't wait to tell his life story to all who ask, as this building will provide a tribute to how God can powerfully use redeemed but imperfect people like us to carry the good news forward in our world. Just as John was a welcoming friend to all, we believe this new space will reflect that same welcoming and loving spirit that was uniquely him. John's impact was profound, and it's fitting that we dedicate this space to a man whom many of us knew and loved. John will be greatly missed, but his influence and loving service will echo for generations in the countless lives that he touched. John Rasnick's life inspires still to this day, and we all stand on the shoulders of champions of faith that have gone before us. So let us celebrate what the Lord has done as we memorialize a life committed to following Him, and let us celebrate what God will do for His kingdom in this new space at Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. So with that in mind, we're asking every member of the CVCA community, alumni, parents, grandparents, and friends to take part in finishing Excel Still More with a generous commitment today. Your partnership will enable us to complete these needed facility upgrades and additions debt-free and enhance the experience of students, faculty, and visitors today and for many decades to come. So, commitments to finishing Excel Still More can be paid over time through the end of 2024. If you have an interest in helping this cause at Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy, you can find out more information on how to contribute by heading over to cvcaroyals.org/finishing Excel Still More. Again, that website, cvcaroyals.org/finishing Excel Still More for more information. Thank you to you for prayerfully considering this unique opportunity. Here we are, the Dan Kostel Rec Center, championship night of the 2021 CVCA Christmas Tournament at the second intermission. Score Normandy 2 and Whitmer 2. 15 minutes to go to decide a champion or more. Goals in that second period by Logan George, putting the Invaders up 2-1, and then with 5 seconds to go, Eric Kinney.
Change 57.
Eric Kinney getting the equalizer, and we've just been informed that the Logan George goal has been a scoring change on that, and it was deflected on its way to the goal, and so the goal going to Eric. Check that. The goal going to number 57, as we just got the message. Matt Galetka. So Galetka with credit for the second goal, the one that put the Invaders on top. The equalizer by Kinney at 14:55 of the second period.
And that one was changed too. Oh, we already got one.
So we've got about 2.5 minutes to go. The Zamboni completing its actions on the ice here before the third period begins. Earlier today in the third place game, CVCA started goaltender Karsten Hauk, his second year in organized hockey being a goaltender, soccer goalie by trade, and Hauk got his first win of the season in goal when the Royals downed Twinsburg Tigers by a score of 8-2. Cord Steigmeyer, the freshman for CVCA, recorded his first career hat trick in that game. And so the Royals get a pair of wins against Twinsburg and a pair of close losses, one each to Normandy and to Whitmer in their own tournament this year. So we look forward to the third period of action here. Who's going to be the hero? The Invaders, perfect on the season, being pushed like no other time this season by these upstart Panthers from Toledo, Whitmer High School. Logan George, Jake DeGiro, Tyler Beck, among others, the prime suspects to try and put the Invaders back on top. But can Jake Janak, Mitchell Relford, Eric Kinney, and others put a stop to the perfect season and bring the trophy home to Toledo from Garfield Heights tonight? Only time will tell. Tim Nichols along with you. Again, we're glad that you're with us and you've been with us throughout the CVCA Christmas Tournament. Ably accompanied up here in the rafters by Sean Mosher, Cody Anderson, and JT Nichols, and we hope you've enjoyed the coverage. If you have, let us know. Certainly you can tweet out to us on Twitter at CVCA Livestream. Got a nice message from some of the fans and parents from Toledo last night, and so we know you're watching again tonight. A shout out to you. You know who you are, and we wish you well. But again, if you weren't able to make the trip over from Toledo, we're glad you're able to follow along with us tonight. And for those of you in Northeast Ohio watching with a particular interest from Normandy or from CVCA or even from Twinsburg, again, we're glad you're here and you had a chance to take part in the CVCA Christmas Tournament during this holiday week. Clock is run down. The Whitmer Panthers are the first team back. The Invaders making their way into the arena once again. Dylan Bradley, who got the start Despite the antics at the end of last night's game, scraping up the ice in front of his goal, he'll defend the goal to our left in this third period. And to our right, can the Cinderella story be finished for goaltender Vinny Inkervaya? The emergency backup goaltender wearing the jersey of team starter Zach Waite, who remains quarantined due to the ongoing pandemic until next week, apparently. Can Inkervaya stand tall and bring home a championship? We'll know in 15 minutes. They drop down the puck, and we're underway in a 2-2 hockey game in period number 3 of the championship game. Puck into the Panthers' offensive zone, but turned over, and a shot by Kinney goes wide. The Invaders control. It's knocked down off the back of Kinney, and now goes to DeGiro. He sends it out, but can't control, and Bradley has it. Cross ice it goes, and now a long pass. It's knocked down by DeGiro. He waits for his teammate to get onside, but goes a moment too early before Tyler Beck could exit the zone, and a stoppage with an offside call with 14:25 to go here in period number 3. Face off in front of the Whitmer bench. Pushed into the zone, and then knocked out by Bradley. Back out to center ice it comes. Bartek is on it. Bartek fires. It's knocked out in front of him by Relford. Galetka tries to get it, but he can't. Relford picks it up. It slides in as he tried to shoot it in and fanned on it. Knocked down by Kantak, the big man out there. Can't control, though. And Galetka sends it far. It's not out of the zone yet, though. It's knocked in further, and cross-ice pass angles past Galetka. Relford tried to pass it to himself. Gets it back. Onside, apparently. Cross-ice, and Bartek will swoop in and get it. Nice pass chipped in by Josh Price. Bradley, the captain, pushes it near side. Kept in by Galgas, who fires it. Ricochets to the far side off the rebound. Tyler Beck trying to get to it, but Bradley there first. Up ice. Kinney gets it to Janak. Fires and scores! Jake Janak. The leading scorer for the Whitmer Panthers, nets his 17th goal of the season. Fired that and beat Vinny Inkervaya to the near side. It just slipped in behind him. And for the first time tonight, the Whitmer Panthers are on top 3-2. Panthers lead it. And we're back underway. For the first time tonight, the Invaders will play from behind for the third time in 4 days. Up ice it comes. DeGiro skates in, leaves it for George, who fires, and sliding with the save is Dylan Bradley. A huge eruption to our left from the Whitmer fan base when Janak netted that goal. Almost a breath of relief and perhaps belief that they could maybe do this tonight. Meanwhile, though, centering pass, George can't handle it. It's kicked up and out. And here comes Relford again. Relford to his left, into the zone. Says to Kantak, you go get it, big fella. Kantak pushes a player off the boards. There's a scrum in front of the net. 2 players down, DeGiro and number 4, Wishnowitz. They get back up. It's kept in and dumped back in deep. DeGiro playing without a stick, picks it up. It's pushed up but not out. Wishnowitz lost it, and it's sent up and to center ice, pushed back to number 16, Bradley Bernath. Bernath tries to get it up toward Mitchell, check that, Andrew Wishnowitz. He couldn't handle it, and through the center ice area, it's knocked down by DeGiro, who sends it in deep with 12 minutes to go. In the corner, George tries to dig it out. He does. Loses it now. Around the boards it goes. Knocked around by Relford. Loses it, though, to George. George circles. George dumps it toward the goal. It's knocked down and knocked out. And here's a race Janak trying to get to it. Sharp angle. Doesn't take the shot. Oh, icing the call. He couldn't quite get there as the race was on to try and get to the puck before it went over the end line. He needed about a half a step more. And so instead of an opportunity in the offensive zone, Janak skates all the way back, catches his breath, keeled over. And the referee says, come over to this side. The face-off to the left of Bradley. One back and knocked up, but not out. And now stolen. Here comes Kenny to his left, fires, save off the chest of Inkervaya. Bartik up to center ice. And a shot kicked aside by the stick of Inkervaya into the corner. Long pass looking for Galetka. He gets it and dumps it in deep. Bartik skates toward it, but can't get there. And the legs apparently a little bit weaker after 4 games in 4 days for these short-benched Invaders. And they're going to have to dig deep now, trailing by a goal, looking for an equalizer of their own. Face off again to the left of Bradley. 10:57 to go on the clock. Invaders win the face-off. Shot, save. Face-off one to the right point. Fired in by Carson McClellan. Check that. Apologies. Not McClellan. Willen Hill, his counter number for the Invaders. So a second face-off is pushed forward. And the puck to Galgus. Galgus tries to keep it in and push it forward, but can't. It's taken away and pushed in deep by Wisniewicz. Hill up to Beck. Beck skates forward. Beck to the slot. Poke checked away and sent down. And that's where Galetka comes on and intercepts. Galetka, he'll take a shot from the one blue line. It ricochets into the corner. Relford sends it around the boards. Kept in, but falling down is George. And Galgus tries to collect it at the red line. He sends it back in. Icing is waved off. Fielding loses it. Fanning on it is DeGiro. And it's sent up the ice. And it goes just to the left of Inkervaya for icing. Both these teams digging deep now in period number 3. 9:52 to go. Whitmer 3. Normandy 2. Face-off is dropped down and kicked up and out of the zone. Here comes Janak, 2-on-1 for the Panthers. Janak fires wide and high. Second shot is sent in and kicked aside off the stick of Galetka. Galetka around the boards and kept in by Janak. Puck goes flopping high into the corner. Janak chases after it. Sutyak there. Sutyak can't get it. It's pushed in deeper and kept in by the Panthers. Shot in or behind the goal. Kinney there, swoops in and gets it. Kinney has it knocked away, tries to fire. It comes to Janak, back to Kinney, fires and right whizzing by the head of Inkervaya. Sutyak sends it out to center ice where Bradley's on it. Bradley off the face mask of Josh Price into the corner. Collected by the Invaders. Up past Bartik, he can't handle it. And it's knocked down by Relford. Relford pushes it forward and reaching out for it is Galetka with 8:52 to go. Galetka far across ice pass looking for a teammate. Couldn't find him, but Bartik has it for a moment. And it's sent in but knocked down. Whitmer has it. Bartik runs off. In deep, sent in by Jacob Wisniewicz. On the far side, Relford back out there, dumps it in where Hill sends it up to Beck. Beck has it and getting pestered, but gets it out. Looking for DeGiro, but he wasn't expecting it and cleared away by Whitmer again. Beck takes a big hit at the blue line from Relford. Not out though. DeGiro keeps it in and it's knocked aside off the blocker. Wraparound chance pushed aside by Bradley. Another chance comes from Hill. Shot is wide. Controlled. Big flurry by the Invaders. DeGiro sends it behind the board, looking for Logan George. He couldn't get it to the right point. Shot sent in, knocked down. Second shot is pushed forward and now cleared out and iced out of harm's way by the Panthers. You know, that's far from the last flurry that's going to come from these deep, senior-laden Invaders tonight. 7:51 to go, period number 3. Face-off will be to the right of Dylan Bradley. They drop it down, one, and shot in by George. Wide, sent back behind the net. DeGiro chases after it. He's got it. Tries to center. It's kicked behind. DeGiro gets it back. Skates. Looking to center. And it's swept out of the crease. Out of harm's way. But George is on it. George fires. It's knocked down in front of him. Kept in by Galetka. Nice job by him. Shot in on a rebound. Bradley makes the stop. Up and out of harm's way again. And icing the call against Whitmer with 7:22 to go. Jake Janak with the lead goal for the Whitmer Panthers early in this third period. The Panthers now trying to withstand the Invaders' attacks. One back to Whitmer. McClellan loses it to Bartik behind the goal. Bartik tries to center. Sutyak there. Sutyak with a few extra shifts as the bench being extended, but Janak comes up with it. And again, 2-on-1 if they hurry. He's got Kinney racing toward the goal. He finds him, fires and scores! Jake Janak and Eric Kinney on a 2-on-1. Janak with a beautiful pass to Kinney, who fired it behind and into the goal of Vinny and Kervaya. And with 7 minutes exactly to go, the Whitmer Panthers extend the lead to 4-2. Back underway and back into the offensive zone just for a moment, but dispossessed is Sutyak. The Invaders keep it in for a moment, but Whitmer takes over. Here they come again, another shot. And this one is knocked wide off the stick of Galgus up to center ice. And they fire back on him and offsides as that puck was deflected by big Derek Tanthak, who was trying to get out of the zone. So offsides the call. The clock stops at 6:39 to go. And they'll bring it all the way back to the defensive zone as the referee's decision is that it was the intentional offside. So an offensive zone face-off. This one is pushed forward. Shot by Beck is pushed aside. Kept in. No, it's not. Galgus couldn't keep it, and so having to chase it is Will and Hill all the way back. 6:28 to go. Hill near side. Cross ice pass knocked down by Kantak, and a big hit at center ice. Galgus comes up with the puck and sends it in deep. The Invaders will chase. But first to it is Bradley. Now George on the far side knocks it up to the point. Shot sent in and kicked aside by Dylan Bradley. To more cheers from the Whitmer faithful. And it's knocked out and stopped at center ice to George. He waits for his team to get onside. George has it. It's pushed to the far side with 5:53 to go. George stick handles and it's poked away to center ice and knocked back in. Delayed offside against the Invaders. And Whitmer lost it back out to the blue line on the other side of the ice. Hill turns it over at center ice, but the Invaders get it back. Bartek into the offensive zone, but can't handle it properly. It's shipped up and out. 5.5 minutes to go. Sent back in, delayed offside again, and Whitmer sends it out off the boards. Janak tips it in deep slowly, and so it'll be onside. Janak battles with 17 Hill, centering pass, looking back for Kinney. It's shifted to the near side corner where Kinney will chase after it. Centers it right through the crease. Far side shot wide off the stick of Hudson Bear, and out it comes. Here comes Josh Price. Price centers for Bartik. Bartik can't get it. Can't get the stick down, and it goes to the near side boards with 5 minutes to go. Sutyak loses it and sent back in deep. And the Panthers will get a change. Turnover. Back behind the goal. Kinney has it for a moment, but then it's dug out by the Invaders. 4:44 to go. Galgus with some speed through center ice. Gains the zone. Galgus onto his forehand. Into the near side corner. It's poked away, and poked off the puck is Galgus by 18, Relford. Around the boards, but kept it on the far side. Skating in, but dispossessed is Logan George. And the Invaders will have to clear once again. And it's knocked into Danny Bartik, but recovered and fanned on. Dangerous play right here. Bartik intercepts. He tries to get it across ice to Price, but can't get it to him. George can't get to it either, and it's knocked out where George will glove it down. George waiting, gets the zone. George 1-on-2, still has it. George from the dot, fires high and wide, and all the way around to center ice it goes with 4 minutes to go. Whitmer 4, Normandy 2. Whitmer 4 minutes or less away from a championship. The Invaders cannot control the puck. It trickles into the zone. Bradley has it. Bradley skates out and sends it in wide, actually on the goal, and Inkervaya, not sure where it is, and finally puts a glove down, and no whistle, and finally a whistle as slowly number 6, Derek Bradley, skated in. 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go. The perfect season of the Normandy Invaders on the line. Whitmer looking for a championship. It's one back to the point. Bradley has it. He fires it wide. Knocked down in front and pushed up to George, who flicks it to center ice. And a breakaway chance. Here we go. Shot. Score! Jake DeGiro gets one back for the Invaders. And they're not done yet. DeGiro got the puck and got into the zone all by himself. Here he is, left, right, and he puts it right behind Bradley, who committed to his left. And it's 4-3, time of the goal, 12 minutes. Check that, 11 minutes and 38 seconds. Whitmer 4, Normandy 3. 3 minutes and 15 seconds into the Whitmer offensive end, into the corner. Cross ice pass, tipped and now out. DeGiro once again with speed. Pushed off the puck by Kenny and knocked out to center ice where Galetka has it. He fires, delayed offside, off the goaltender. That might have counted if it was deflected by one of the Whitmer Panthers before it got to the goaltender. So Bradley keeps his team in the game once again. It goes deep with 2:45 to go. To center ice, Bradley will dump it in. Galetka looks up. DeGiro once again, he got the last goal, pushes it in deep. And Whitmer sends it back out to center ice where Galetka has it with 2.5 left. Cross ice, quick pass to the center, intercepted by Janak. Janak off the boards, and an icing call. Janak just beyond the red line, and he steps off the ice and sits down for a quick breather. On comes Derek Kantak. 2:19 on the board, and timeout called by Jim Jackson, head coach of the Invaders. 139 ticks left on the clock. The Invaders have not been in this position this year, trailing in the final minutes of a contest. Vinny Inkervaya, the goaltender, will likely stay in goal at least for a short time. On the other bench, head coach Kevin Brown and his Panthers getting some instruction. Jackson imploring his team to keep going. 2:19 to go, setting the stage once again. The Whitmer Panthers with a pair of goals here in the third period built a 2-goal cushion. But Jake DeGiro got one back moments ago for the Invaders. And we'll have a An offensive zone faceoff to the left of Dylan Bradley for the Invaders. Stepping in, Galetka. It's dropped down and one back to the point. Kept in by Beck, pushed in deep. Over there is Relford. He pushes it around the boards, but kept in on the right side by DeGiro, and he loses it. Kenny from the empty net, goal! The net empty. And Kenny puts the Panthers back up by 2. Time of the Kenny goal, 12 minutes, 55 seconds. The Panthers take a 5-3 lead. The net remains empty. The 4th goal of the day for Eric Kenny. And if there's a most valuable player contest, which there isn't, he'd certainly be in the line to win it. A huge shot by George, and felled, and down is number 6, the captain. And another shot. Bradley can barely skate, still without a stick. 6 on 5, goal empty for the Invaders. DeGiro pushes it back down low, into the corner. Price tries to dig it out. Here comes Galetka, back up and intercepted. Shot toward the goal. This one is going to be wide for an icing. A minute 27 to go. Whitmer 5. The Invaders 3. And after taking that big hit, Derek Bradley summoned to the bench. He's saying, no, let me stay on, coach. But Coach Brown says, no, come on over here, son. So the Invaders win the faceoff. George, fancy move, tries to center. Galetka gets a shot off. It's knocked to the far side board. A minute 18 to go. Pushed in deep. The Invaders need 2. George behind the net, tries to center. Bartik was there, couldn't get it. A shot knocked down, and there's a race. DeGiro running back for it. Kenny already with 4. Can't get there. DeGiro has it. A minute 3 to go. DeGiro up ice. And it's going to be into the end, across the line, and icing the call. And Inkervaya will have to run back out there for a defensive zone faceoff with 56 seconds to go. So close now, the Panthers can almost taste it. Janak. Face-off won by the Invaders. Into the offensive zone. George, 1-on-2, still has it. And now is a battle behind the goal. Inkervaya still in the goal. Galetka, shot. Oh, it was almost there. It was on target, just high. It would have scored. Up it comes and down the ice again. 34 seconds left, and they wave off the icing. Beck can't believe it. He gets it, sends it down the ice, and they wave off icing again. But the Invaders are spent. They can't go anymore. There's just no more legs. The goal empty, but 19 seconds remain, and icing by Whitmer. It's as if the belief is not there anymore, but they'll get a chance here as a penalty has been taken by number 19, Andrew Wishnowitz. Two minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct, so Wishnowitz will watch the rest of this game from the penalty box, and it'll be 6-on-4. 16 seconds, though, is all that remains for the Invaders to try and mount a comeback. Face-off will be to the left of Bradley. Galetka wins it back to George. George fires, sticks it aside. Rebound shot is pushed behind the net with 10 seconds left. Around it comes to George. George fires once again off the face mask of Bradley and up into the rafters. Five seconds to go. And the referee says, let's go, boys. Janak steps in for the Panthers. Goletka there. They drop it down. The teams battle. George has it. One final shot is knocked down, and that'll do it. The Panthers, gloves and sticks everywhere, celebrating with their goaltender, Dylan Bradley, the champions of the 2021 CVCA Christmas Tournament. The Whitmer Panthers come to Northeast Ohio and knock off the undefeated Normandy Invaders. Final score tonight, 5-3 in the championship of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. Dylan Bradley, the goaltender, bent over, hugs between Kantak and teammate Derek Bradley. The Invaders, led by Inkervaya. Vinny Inkervaya, a story of his own this week, waiting for the handshake. The Panthers assemble, and it'll be a sweet ride home to Toledo tonight or tomorrow, whenever they make it. And finally, the Panthers ready, and the sportsmanlike handshake line happening as it always does in the game of hockey. Two teams giving it their all for a 45-minute period and 4 straight days. It'll be a great ride home for the Panthers. And for the Invaders, defeat is always bitter, but plenty of season to go for this talented team, led by Logan George and Jake DeGiro and Tyler Beck. And certainly, despite the great efforts of Vinny and Kervaya, they played this week without their starting goaltender tandem. And now John Young, Dr. John Young from CVCA, the athletic director, on the public address announcer, or the public address system, thanking the fans and the teams for their participation tonight. A salute to Normandy, the Invaders, the runners-up tonight.
Great job, guys. Best of luck the rest of the season. And then if we could get the captains from Whitmer to come up and accept the first place flag.
The Whitmer captains, Derek Bradley, Jake Janak, number 8, Angelo Cifuentes.
Best of luck to both teams for the rest of your season. Thanks so much for coming, and we'll have a safe night home.
And the picture being taken of the champions, the champion captains. The Invaders' record drops to 10-1-0. For Whitmer, their record increases to 7-9-0. And they've got the trophy, the plaque, and the Whitmer Panthers celebrating. Skating to center ice, and they'll get the championship picture. And as they do, it gives us a moment to reflect on what a great tournament this has been and the great stories. None better than the Whitmer Panthers, though, avenging the 8-5 loss on Monday and coming up with a 5-3 victory tonight, the champions of the tournament. But what else can be said from Normandy's standpoint? Vinny Inkervaya stood tall in net and almost pulled off a championship story of his own. Never before having been in goal before Monday, got 3 victories and came within 15 minutes tonight of winning it all here. Earlier today, Twinsburg played CVCA, and while the Tigers did not come up with any victories in this tournament, Talking about goaltending, Mark Schroeder with a 48 save performance this afternoon. Just an amazing performance by the senior goaltender. And here comes the Panthers celebrating with their fans. High school sports is about making memories, and certainly the Whitmer Panthers have done that this week here in Northeast Ohio. A championship, an outdoor game back home at Fifth Third Field. And a heck of a Christmas break it's been for the Panthers. And last but not least, the CVCA Royals, the host team. The Royals giving it their all against Normandy, coming up just short, and likewise against these Panthers as well, 2 two-goal losses. Their season will continue, and we'll have the next game for CVCA on Sunday night here from this very same ice when the Royals face off against the Parma Redmen. If you're still with us at this point, we want to thank you for your viewership this week. We set records on viewership on CVCA live stream for hockey coverage, and it's all about you. Thanks for tuning in. As we dole out the thanks before we log off the air tonight, we have to send a thank you out to CVCA head coach Doug Fairchild, 14 years behind the bench for CVCA, teacher and hockey coach. Just loves kids and loves putting on this tournament every year. So thank you to Coach Fairchild, to John Young, the athletic director from CVCA. There's not a better athletic director in all of Ohio, and I'd put him right up there with the best in the United States. John Young, thank you to you. Thank you to the CVCA parents who take time off every year, 4 straight days, to serve here in the penalty box, to serve in the scorer's table, to collect tickets, or virtual tickets now as it were, come in, and everything else that the parents have done to put this